divorce is worse than death. Write that down, please. Divorce is worse than death, and here's why. As a matter of fact, the word divorce is from the Greek word apostasian. And apostasian is a big word, but it simply means to defect. To defect, write that down. So to divorce a person means you have defected. Defection is used in the military when a person has committed themselves to fight for an army or a cause. When you join the army of a country or the Navy or the Marines, you have committed yourself to fight for that country. Is that right? Is that right? Now I want you to write this down. Whenever you join an army, you have committed yourself not to live, but to die. Armies are not motivated by life. Armies are motivated by death. In other words, when you join an army, the best they can offer you is death. You don't fight in a war with the guarantee you're going to survive. They can guarantee you that you might die. Now, if you survive, then they say you're a hero. Hello, somebody. In other words, when you join an army, you've committed yourself to death. Well, the word used for divorce is the same word that is used for the military. And that is when you walk down an aisle and you commit yourself to another person, the man to the woman and the woman to the man, you're not committing yourself to life. And that's why marriages don't work. Because we keep getting married for life. A little heavy, isn't it? When you walk down the aisle, you are joining yourself to someone just like you've joined yourself to an army. And you are deciding that the only way I will be separated from you is by death. Now, when you join an army and you decide with your brothers and your colleagues that you had enough of this, the enemy is too strong, the weapons they have are too awesome, and you become afraid, intimidated by the environment, you become so frightened by the reality that you decide to your colleagues, you say to them, I am no longer going to stay with you. I'm going to turn back. I'm going back home to be a civilian. Then the army calls that defection. The Greek word is divorce. What do you do when a soldier defects? Talk to me. You don't court-martial, you kill that brother. Court-martial is formality. When someone defects, what they've done is they have turned their backs on their very own flesh. And the only thing a defector deserves in the military is death. Why? Because the only thing that's supposed to separate you from your colleague is death. So if the enemy don't do it for you, come on, understand the principle. I just had a thought in your mind. I see that thought. If you ever leave me, I will. I can see that thought right now. And that's exactly how you feel, huh? You ever heard this? If I can't have you, that's the spirit of defection, see? I give you my whole life. I give you my body. I gave you my emotions. I gave you my entire future. I gave you everything. And you are going to turn your back on it? It's defection. Now, why is divorce worse than death? Here's why. When a person dies, you take them to the morgue. They place them in a box. You have a funeral. Everybody wears black. You go to this place called the church. You have a ceremony. You take them to the cemetery. You put them in a hole. You put dirt on them. You put some flowers on them. You cry for the last time, and that's it. It's finished. Over. There's closure. You don't see them anymore. But divorce, it's worse than death. Because when you get a divorce, it's dead. The marriage is finished. You bury it. You walk away. And then you go to the food store. And there's resurrection again. And that's why it's worse than death. Because they keep coming back. You stand on the tube, and there they are. You stand in the bus stop, there they are. They show up in the drugstore, there they are. You go to the park, there they are. And heaven help you, they show up in church, and there they are. You see, it's the kind of death that's never closed. And when there's children involved, that's why God says, I hate divorce.